Hi everyone, I'm SimsDive and welcome to part 10 and the final part in how to play the Sims 4 walkthrough. I am so excited. I'm kind of sad that this is the end of the series. Cue the sad music and the melancholy reel. Okay, now that that's done, welcome to part 10, where we are going to discuss everything between life and death. The most dramatic part and the most fulfilling part, because for some reason, we're masochists that love killing Sims. It can be so fun and so rewarding, especially if you hate a specific Sim. So let's get into life and death. So as always, we have our Sim who got impregnated by an alien, and then they adopted a kleptomaniac daughter as well as an adorable toddler who I can bear no hate against. Yet. So mom is pregnant right now. So this is the stage of life, and currently she's got a lot of moodlets right now, but she is in her she's in her first trimester. Her second trimester is in 19 hours. We are actually going to speed that up. What I am going to do first is buy a bassinet for the upcoming baby. So let's go into build mode. And of course, build mode is designated by different areas. So we are going to go to kids room and click on a bed. And then we have different options for different things. I have always loved this bassinet since the wizard, I don't know what to call it. I don't remember the names of packs, so if you hear me call it something different, leave me alone. But I've always been in love with this bassinet since the wizard pack came out. I think it's just so cute, and I don't feel like it gets enough love. It's very, very cute. So we do have a bassinet. Now, babies do require different items, like a toddler would require a toilet, a high chair, a toddler bed, just different things like that. You can even get a vampire bed from the vampire pack, which I think is pretty cool. So let's get back to our live mode and let's help speed up mom's pregnancy, which I'm sure she will thank me for. Okay, so I did have to skip ahead a little bit. Unfortunately, I was just encountering some issues with the game, so there is a fun little thing going on right now where Sims is crashing. So as soon as I skipped forward, everything was fine, and then my Sim was just about to give birth and the game crashed. Thank you, Sims. So that is because of the new update that people are experiencing crashes. So if that happens to you, nothing's wrong with your game, nothing's wrong with you. So that's fun. They are working on it. I do follow them for constant updates, but they are currently working on getting that resolved for us so that does not happen as much in the future. What I'm going to do to kind of help is I am going to repurchase a bassinet. So my game did revert, so it did shut down on me, which is the importance of saving, but I'm not worried about it because, again, this family I don't plan to progress with. So we do have our bassinet, and I am going to adopt a child. So again, we're just going to hire a service, which I still think sounds wrong that you can hire a service for adopting a child. So we are going to purchase a child. I guess I shouldn't put it like that. And we're going to adopt a baby, like an actual baby. Now, I will say if mom was in labor, you would get a notification that she was feeling super uncomfortable. And then you would see a little information bracket up here just letting you know that mom is going into labor, and that you can either click on a bassinet. So if your Sim is on the property, she can click on the bassinet, which is important to have one. And she could have the baby at home, so she would just stand there and automatically the baby would appear in the bassinet. Or you could click on your Sim and have them give birth at a hospital. Either way, the father will have pre-parental panic, so it's funny to watch him run around. But you can go to the hospital with your sim. There's nothing cool that you can do. Your sim will just walk to the back and they will get in this fun machine where they actually extract the baby from you, which looks like a horrible medical procedure. And then you actually do get a birth certificate if you go to the hospital. If you do it at home, nothing special particularly happens. But if you go to the hospital, you will get a birth certificate that you can like hang on a wall, put it on a desk, anything like that. So that is a pretty neat feature. So mom is on her way home with the baby. I was hoping to show you her actually giving birth, but again, my game crashed. So we did bring the baby home. And as you can see, baby is in the bassinet. So that is our new daughter who is sleeping soundly. So I am going to show you just different things you can do with life in The Sims. So mom does want to cuddle her baby, but we're not worried about showing any affection to the baby. I do have a funny note because I do kind of take notes on what I want to talk about. So I do have a note that says, do not shift click the baby. Don't do it, because if you shift click, I was like, what's this? I don't know why this is here, but I clicked it once and my baby disappeared. And I said, oh my God, where's my baby? And I looked down here and the mom is sad. And the child got taken away. It treats it as you neglected the baby. So basically the Sims version of CPS came and took your kids. Because if you do have toddlers, if you don't feed them, or if they're just very depleted and neglected, they will take your baby from you. And if it's the same thing for an actual baby. So if you don't feed them, or you don't change them, or you deprive them of their needs, they will take the baby from you, which is good. But at the same time, I'm like, that's it's a little much. So do not shift click the baby and hit this button, please. So I did talk about in another video how you can actually age up your sim, only a baby really, by clicking them. So if you click on the bassinet, you do have different options to interact with your child. But if you click on more choices, you have the age up button. So once you click that, your sim will walk over to the bassinet and grab the baby, and it'll just start wiggling. This will happen upon a normal birthday, but if you do not want to wait for the child to age up, then you do have the option to age them up yourself. I do recommend that because they do cry all hours of the night, much like a regular child, but for some reason, it's a lot more annoying in The Sims. So I don't really care, so she's going to be fussy. So that seems right for our family, seems to make perfect sense to me. So you will teach your toddler to walk, and you will just slowly interact with them as they go through life, aging them up until they reach the ripe old age of wherever they die at. And if your sim parents go out, you can send the baby to daycare, or you can actually go back to your phone, hire a service, and they do have options for you to hire nannies. I don't want to do that, so I'm just going to quickly get out of it. But it would tell you like, oh, your personal nanny is on the way, and the nanny would actually do everything. They would clean, they would cook, they would take care of the children, they would read to them. So that is a pretty good feature. The next part I am going to get in is my favorite part, and that is death. So for death, there are multiple ways for your Sims to die, especially with different expansion packs. Your Sim can die from starvation. They can die from laughter. They can die from anger. Different weather patterns, like they can die from freezing or overheating. And they can die from being electrocuted in a thunderstorm. There's so many different things that can happen to your Sim. They can be burnt. And Sims actually do turn into ghosts. So let's say we had a Sim that died right in front of us. I am going to try, I know this sounds terrible, I am going to try to kill Ivan off here. It's the end of the road, Ivan. You've ruined us enough. You've done what you've done to this family, and I'll never forgive you. But I will try to force a death incident on him just to show you what happens when a sim dies. It will incredibly affect your Sims, especially his family and people that knew him, even off the lot. If, let's say, she had a mother that she was close with and they lived in another house, you would receive a message saying that she passed away, and your Sim still would react from a text message saying that, oh, she passed away. They still would be affected by that, so that's pretty cool. So I am going to try to affect Ivan with death. So let me see what I can do, and give me one moment. Okay, so I'm back, and so Ivan's dead. He actually died from drowning. As you can see, he fell asleep, and I did deprive him with the old fence around the pool trick so he could not escape. So that is the end of Ivan, but we have a special guest. Everyone give it up for Mr. Grim Reaper. So the Grim Reaper is in this game. He does come to collect souls. I don't think everyone is aware of what's happening yet. You can't affect anything while he is on the lot, and it looks like his family is starting to become aware of what's going on. Oh God, they're coming outside to see, and his little babies are coming. But yeah, Ivan's dead. Yeah, so that's not fun. So it looks like everyone is coming out to see. Oh my God, Dad's dead in the pool. And as you can see, it does give them the negative moodlet. And they do have this for 2 days. And I do feel bad because Mom is pregnant. And of course, okay. So of course, Mom is pregnant. So I do feel a little bit bad for her. And there's the devil checking his tablet to see if this is the right person that he is supposed to collect for today. And you can actually add him to the family by using a cheat, so you can shift click and hit add to family. Or as a spouse, you can plead for him or wail about his demise. If you plead for him, sometimes the Grim Reaper will give them back to you, or they will take you along with him for disrupting it. So you do get, oh, that's new. I've never seen one like that. So this is their tombstone. So you can engrave it, you can leave an offering, you can mourn, read an epitaph. You can release his spirit to the netherworld or strengthen his physical connection to the world. So your Sims do turn into ghosts. Soon his spirit will be released and he'll no longer be able to wander about. Sims can plead the benevolent otherworldly spirits to allow him to stick around just for a little while longer. So I'm going to try. So she obviously is a widow now, and you can see that he's no longer a part of the family, that he is a ghost now. So don't think that he'll appear on the lot right away, but the ghosts do tend to appear. So there's not much you can do with the Grim Reaper after he has already done his reaping. I've heard of people getting pregnant by the Grim Reaper, which I find pretty funny, but poor Mom. Oh, I feel so bad for her. And sometimes with a new feature, the neighbors will come over and give you food and just say their apologies and mourn with you. So I think that's pretty cool to do. But everyone is going to be sad for a few days, which is understandable. They did make it pretty lifelike in that aspect. So everyone will go about their days and cry and do what they need to do. Just want that baby to get away from the Grim Reaper. But sometimes he doesn't go home right away. Sometimes he will stay on your property. I don't know if I'm going to be able to catch any ghosts on camera, but some ghosts do have different colors, and it will depend on how that ghost died. Gray, I think, is old age, and yellow, I think, is by electrocution. So there are different ways to determine how a sim died. and you can release their spirit to the netherworld. Just different things you can do with ghosts. And ghosts actually, I believe you can add them to the family. I'm not 100% sure. But I do know that ghosts can actually go into your house and manipulate objects. So let's say, for example, this easel, they could hop in the easel and start shaking it. And other Sims will react to it like, oh my God, what's going on? So I think that is pretty fun. That ghosts can actually do things in the game. But there are multiple ways to kill your Sims. I haven't done all of them because I try not to kill my Sims unless I'm here for development. But as you can see, his daughter is mourning for him. But I swear that's new. I've never seen that tombstone before. Your Sims do get affected by pets dying, and pets can also come back as ghosts in the Cats and Dogs expansion pack. And you, once you're a senior or you turn into an elder, you can get a notification saying make your last days count. So you do die from old age in this game. So my Sim will ultimately age up, and she will pass along in the world. So aging is a very real thing in this game. If you auto-age unplayed Sims, they will start aging, and you'll notice that sometimes Sims will die. If you check your genealogy, you can actually see if you have family members that have passed. So right now, so you see that it is showing the dad's still there. Unfortunately, we can't see him in this form, but he did die by drowning, so it does tell you how they died, and it does still show you on the genealogy. But let's see if it shows your relationships. That's what I want to see. All right, so there is Ivan. Let's open his Sim profile, and there he is as a ghost. Deceased spouse is our relationship, so she is essentially a widow now. So that's pretty fun. That I shouldn't have said it like that. I'm not saying it's fun that she's a widow. I'm just saying that there are different ways that you can interact with dead Sims and dead pets. And vampires can also have a role. Just while we're talking about death, vampires can actually also have a role in creating vampire Sims. So, essentially when you become a vampire, you're dead. They can go around, and if you had the vampire, if you were a vampire, the Sim can actually go around and turn other vampires. And then let's say they lived in your neighborhood or they were walking around your neighborhood. It does take a few days for them to turn, but once they turn, the camera would automatically go over to that Sim, and you would see them turn into a vampire. So you can destroy a couple of lives by doing that, actually. I have done that. I've done reckless turning, so that's kind of fun to just, mess with people. But that is life and death in The Sims. There's not much to it. Definitely, if you want, I can go in deeper with killing Sims, but you can die from different moods, different weathered patterns. Again, forcible drowning, even though it's an accident. But she doesn't get that life insurance money, so I need them to fix that because she deserves money for being a widow. Anyway, so I think that concludes the end of how to play The Sims 4. There is so much you can do, so much to learn. It seems like the possibilities are endless, especially with the more expansions that you get. So I would definitely encourage you to try and go out and get different expansions. You can grow your collection little by little like I did, or you can just, again, live vicariously through me, see what expansions I have and what they can do for you. I think I am at this point going to start another series, just basically telling you what I think of a pack, what comes with it, what features are enabled with it, and if I think it's worth the money, like if you should get it or not, just so you know if you're wasting your money. But these are also going to be my own personal opinions, so they might be a bit biased, but I will always try to have an unbiased viewpoint when I look at things. And oh God, she's gonna throw up. Okay, so I will try to remain unbiased in that aspect, but it will be a little bit difficult, especially if I don't use a pack's features too much, so I will go in depth with that. If you have any questions or if you have any specific packs you want to see me kind of mess with, you can just let me know in the comments down below. I'll do my best as always to help you figure out any questions or any curiosities you might have, because there might be some things that even I'm not aware of. So I definitely would love to hear what you love about The Sims or what different features you've tried that you haven't seen me try. Just let me know below. Of course, leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Considering this is the last video for this series, I feel like at this point you have to subscribe. If you've watched my videos, then we're friends now. You have to subscribe. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So click that button. I'm not going to be like that. You don't have to click it. I'm so nervous. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. And as always, happy simming. Be on the lookout for next videos. Let me know what videos you would like to see in the future. I hate saying that because I feel like a cliche YouTuber, but it's true. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to bring you more content. Thank you and happy simming.